Namaste, Rishi. Firstly, I want to introduce myself. I am Muskan from faculty in CSC department, and today I will teach you the topic which is related to the embedded systems, designing of the embedded systems, right? So this is a first topics. The topics which I will discuss today, this is considered under the unit first, right? What is the embedded system? And I am going to discuss these topics with using a screen sharing, right? Yes, this one. She, firstly, basically, I will discuss that what is the embedded system, right? And before we are discussing the embedded systems, we will discuss the whatever system. So, all of you know that all of your persons are using currently any devices that is called the systems, or any other devices that will be the small anything else, right? And the PC, whatever the laptops, systems, mobile, and the washing machines, whatever the devices, electronic devices you are using in your home or any other places, that all are considered under the systems, right? Systems. So, what is the system? System is basically this is a set of the components or set of the components that works or performs on the basis of the predefined set of the rules and the procedures, and they all are working the functionality in the proper way to performing the tasks that is known as the systems. What do you mean by performing the task and the set of the rules and the procedures? Like I'm giving you an example that suppose there is a watch, right? And this is the watch, and what is the role of this watch? What is the set of the roles and the procedures which is predefined set in this watch, this electronic devices, right? You also know that there is a digital watch also, right? So, uh, the watch, the main role of this watch is to show the times to you, right? So, the main working of the watch is to show the times. If any components of that watch will be fail, then they can't show the times to you, right? So, what is a system? I will say like the set of the components which perform a specific task, and that task is actually depend on the set of the rules and the procedures, whatever this is predefined, and whatever the rules which is implemented on that particular devices, right? So this is basically a way of working and organizing or doing many tasks accordingly to the fixed plan. Fixed plan, like suppose you are using the systems, laptops, right? And you have predefined set the plans that you have to perform whatever things if you want to use the MS Word or MS Excel or MS PowerPoint, right? If you want to the internet shuffling, surfing, you want to open many browsers and searching many things, then this all the task is pre-planned, right? This all are planned before accessing or doing that work. So this is a way of the working, that organizing or doing many tasks according to the fixed plan. Right? For example, I have given you this watch, right? And one more example you can take that. Suppose in the kitchens, the oven, the basic working of that oven is to heat the product, heat that things, whatever you are inserting in that oven, right? So that's main purpose is only to heat all the things, right? To heat all the things, to provide heat to all the things, and they make that all things warm in that oven, in that devices, right? Suppose cooler, then the main working of that cooler is basically to provide you the cool air, right? So these all devices has their own particular way of working and then or particular way of performing the task. That is, all tasks depend on the set of the tools. Now come to the next points, that is the embedded. We are using a prefix that is embedded to the systems, right? So this becomes a what? Embedded systems. Right. Now, what is the embedded systems? Embedded systems is basically the combination of all the hardware, softwares, and they are all working on the real time. So we also consider here RTOS, that is a real-time operating system. So you can also say that, right? So any work, any task, if you are performing any task, right? Any task on the systems and any devices you are using, that are basically depend on the times, right? That are basically depend on the times to performing that particular task at the time. So this all devices are considered under the embedded systems. Embedded system, it has a software embedded into the computer hardware which makes a system dedicated to variety applications or a specific part of the applications and the product part of the larger system, right? You can also say that embedded system can be the independent type of the devices, or it will be the part of the large devices. It will be the part of the large systems, right? It will be the part of the large system. Suppose there are multiple devices. If you are talking about the missiles, you can also think that missile, this is electronic device or a device in which hardware and software are considered, right? The hardware and software are considered. Without hardware and software, no one devices can work. No devices can work properly. So these two things is permanently are important in any devices. And suppose these devices has I have fixed some time, yeah, Indian government has fixed some times that during this times, yeah, at the point of this time the missile has to work. So if the missile doesn't work at that particular times, whatever the times are predefined set to that missile, right? If the missile are not working at that particular time, then this becomes fail and it gets a lost, right? Lost, or we can say that it gets lost of that activity, whatever they have to perform, and there it causes a loss in the government, right? Also the loss of that government. So the real time, all the devices which basically implemented over the real time, that is considered as the embedded system. Okay, that we can say that these all devices are considered under embedded systems. As the name suggests, embedded system means something that is attached to another thing, right? Something which is attached to another thing. Like one devices, like we are taking an example of electronic watch, right? The electronic watch is basically what is the bishop working on that electronic watch, that they have to show the times, right? And during showing of that times, what all the components are inbuilt in that one devices. So there must be any type of the hardwares and there must be softwares is designed. The software will be designed for what purpose? To showing the times, to showing the times, and that software or applications is basically based on the time. That software and application is basically attached with time. So this is a real-time operating system. So whatever the applications you have designed or the softwares you have designed, that is basically depends on the time. Okay, so this is basically considered under the operating systems that is basically considered number of real-time operating systems. Now you can see here that embedded system can be independent systems. It can be the independent system and the combinational system. Combinational system in the sense it may be the part of the large systems that we are using any devices. That devices will be the part of any other devices, right? Any other big components, any other big large systems. So we can also say that it will work independently and it is the part of the large systems that work independently. Now, like example, if fire alarm is embedded system. Fire alarm is an embedded system. What is the working of the fire alarms? The alarms has some software applications which is basically work on the sensing. It means you can also say that a sensor is used in that sensor fire alarm that sense the smoke, smoke that sense the smoke that is a smoke is coming or they are sensing if he feels that software feels that smoke like of activity then it starts the sensor, right? So then it starts working. So it is also called embedded systems example. Now this is the basic three components which I have already discussed with you that there are three components. One is your hardware, application softwares, or the real-time operating system. Hardware is basically that is the physically used components that is physically connected with the embedded systems and it comprises the microcontroller based integrated circuit power supply LCD. Suppose you are taking an example of your systems, right? Laptops. In the laptops, you know that hardware is in your system, laptop, and the power supply for charging that systems, laptops. You are using the power supply, right? And there are some integrated circuit IC. IC is inbuilt in your hardware systems, in your hardware, right, of the laptop. So this is all basically the example of the hardware and what are the hardware. This is physically used component. Now coming to that you can directly or physically you can touch that components, right? And the application software, no, this is not physical. This is not physical. You have built the software while using the code, right? So the software is not physical. So, application software allows the user to perform variety of the applications or to doing the variety of the tasks and performing the variety of the tasks over that applications, whatever applications is designed for that particular devices, right? Application software allows the users to perform variety of applications to run on their managed system by changing the code installed in their system. Right? Suppose you have designed a software and the working of that software you have attached in that code that this software will work like this types, right? Whatever the activities you want to perform by that created software. Now, secondly, if you want to change some functionality or working of that particular software, then you can change it into the coding part and then again say and use that software and then the renewed software will work. The renewed software will work different from the previous software because you have attached or modified some features and functionality of that software. So this application software is also inbuilt in this one. Now real-time operating system is what? I am giving also that hardware and software. Only the hardware and software are in, attached or inbuilt in your systems. If you are using only hardware and software in your laptop, then you cannot create any applications. You cannot use some applications. Right? to use an applications you need an operating system.
रमेश जी
And here the
मोनिका मैडम
operating
के टाइम टेबल
system
लेकर
is
के एचटीडी का
basically
टाइम टेबल
work
मेंटेन कर दो,
onto the
मीटिंग नहीं है
real
कल
time.
का।
So this is called the real time operating system. Real time
क्या
operating
बता
system is basically supervise the
यार मैं
way
दूंगा आज
an
दूंगा।
embedded systems work. It acts as interface between the hardware and the software applications. It supervises the application software and provides the mechanism to let the processes run on the basis of the scheduling and the controlling the latency. What is the scheduling? Whatever the activities and the functions you have a test that all are scheduled in one by one. That first way this function will be work properly and then this function will work properly. So here is the concepts in the scheduling, right? So real-time operating systems basically work on scheduling basis and it basically work on the time. So this is called the real-time operating system. Well, it also set up the rules during the execution of application program and a small scale embedded
तेरा
system does
प्रोजेक्ट
not
क्या
have
हुआ?
the real-time operating system. So this is the diagrams
बच्चों के सेवर में
of
ये
the
वो
your embedded systems. Here you can see that the hardware and this is the software part and here is the operating systems which basically work and perform their activities and functionalities on the real time. So this is called the embedded system. So these all three components are built together and form embedded system. Right? And the embedded system is also basically based on the microcontroller base in which you can easily control and choose that applications or the systems. And this is the software driven and it is reliable and real-time control systems basically based on this. Embedded systems is basically microcontroller. You can also say that this is a microcontroller base because you easily control these systems and this is the reliable. It is very reliable and this is work on real time. So this is the real time control system. You can also say it can be the small independent system or the large combination systems. I already told you. So we can define what embedded system is a microcontroller, reliable and the combination of the all the systems. Okay, thank you. If you have any query, then you can put your query in the comment box.